Have you ever reached a moment in life where you quietly asked yourself, I have worked so hard for so many years, so why does money still feel so heavy on my shoulders? It is a question many people do not say out loud, especially those in their middle years. They wake up early, carry responsibilities silently, provide for family, and endure worries that pile up like unseen stones in the heart. From the outside, life looks stable, but inside, there is fatigue. There is a feeling that time moves faster than opportunity, and that wealth always arrives late, if at all. In moments like these, people often turn inward. Some light incense in the early morning. Some sit quietly at night when the house is asleep, wondering whether destiny has already been written, or whether there is still a door left unopened. This is not weakness. This is the natural reflection of a soul that has lived, struggled, and learned. And it is exactly in such moments that the year 2026 begins to whisper its message. The year of the fire horse is not an ordinary year. It does not come quietly, and it does not reward hesitation. In the ancient understanding of destiny, fire horse years are moments when heaven stirs the ground beneath our feet. Old patterns shake, long-standing stagnation cracks. Some people feel restless for no clear reason, while others suddenly feel an urge to move, to change, to finally act after years of waiting. This is not coincidence. It is the awakening of fire energy, meeting the unstoppable momentum of the horse. Fire is truth. Fire is exposure. Fire brings things into the light that were once hidden in the dark. The horse is movement, speed, and opportunity. Together, they create a year where destiny does not wait patiently anymore. Those who have carried potential for years may suddenly find a door opening. Those who have ignored inner calling may feel pressure instead of comfort. In such a year, wealth does not come softly. It arrives like a spark, quick, bright, and decisive. But not everyone who sees the fire will be warmed by it. Some will be burned by impatience. Others will chase money blindly and lose what they already have. The fire horse does not reward greed, shortcuts, or reckless desire. It rewards clarity, courage, and sincerity. It favors those who have endured quietly, learned from hardship, and are finally ready to step forward without fear but also without arrogance. Many people believe that getting rich is about luck. In truth, luck is only the surface. Beneath it lies karma, timing, and alignment. The year 2026 is a powerful turning point because it amplifies what already exists within a person. If the heart is calm, wealth flows smoothly. If the heart is restless, money comes and goes like smoke. This is why some people rise quickly in fire horse years, while others feel exhausted, chasing the same shadow. As this year approaches, it is important to understand one thing clearly. Not everyone is meant to become suddenly rich, but everyone will be tested. Tested on how they handle opportunity, desire, fear, and change. Some zodiac signs will stand in harmony with this fiery current, attracting money, resources, and support almost effortlessly. Others will need wisdom more than action, preservation more than expansion. This message is not here to promise miracles. It is here to reveal patterns, to help you recognize whether 2026 is a year to advance, to prepare, or to protect. And most importantly, to remind you that wealth is not only measured by numbers, but by peace of mind when you lay your head down at night. As the fire horse awakens, destiny begins to move. The question is not whether money will flow in 2026. The real question is whether you are ready to receive what heaven is willing to give you. Before we speak about who will get rich, it is important to understand why the year 2026 carries such a powerful force over money and destiny. Many people feel the change coming but cannot explain it. They sense movement in the air, a pressure to decide, to act, to stop waiting. This feeling does not arise by chance. It comes from the nature of the fire horse itself, a combination that has always shaken the rhythm of ordinary life. In traditional Eastern wisdom, every year is shaped by the meeting of heaven and earth. Heaven gives the element, earth gives the animal, and humans stand in between. responding with their choices. In 2026, heaven sends fire, while earth releases the horse. Fire represents light, visibility, and transformation. It exposes what has been hidden and accelerates whatever it touches. The horse, on the other hand, symbolizes movement, trade, travel, ambition, and momentum. When these two energies meet, life does not stand still. Money does not stay quiet. Opportunities move quickly, sometimes too quickly for those who hesitate. This is why fire horse years often create stories of sudden rise. A business that struggled for years may suddenly gain attention. A person who worked silently may finally be noticed. A chance encounter may lead to financial opportunity. But fire is not gentle. It does not slowly warm. It burns bright and fast. If one is not prepared, fire can also destroy what has been built with care. This is the double edge of the year 2026. In Feng Shui understanding, fire activates wealth sectors strongly. Money flows faster, decisions are made quicker, and results appear sooner than expected. However, fast money requires fast wisdom. Those who chase profit without grounding often lose just as quickly. This is why elders often say that fire years reward the steady heart, not the greedy hand. The horse does not walk slowly, it runs. If you cannot guide it, you will fall. Another important truth about fire horse energy is that it magnifies intention. Whatever you hold in your heart becomes stronger. If your intention is clear and honest, opportunities align naturally. If your intention is driven by fear or comparison, pressure increases instead of relief. Many people mistake this pressure for bad luck, when in fact it is fire revealing inner imbalance. Historically, fire horse years have always been remembered. Some people became wealthy beyond expectation. Others lost what they could not protect. The difference was never fate alone. It was how well a person understood timing. Timing in 2026 favors those who have waited long enough and are finally ready to move with purpose. It does not favor reckless gambling, emotional decisions, or blind trust in others. This year also carries a spiritual lesson. Fire teaches honesty. It burns away illusion. In 2026, money will flow toward those who are aligned with their true path, not those pretending to be something they are not. Those who insist on holding outdated roles, old fears, or unhealthy attachments may feel exhausted trying to keep up. For many middle-aged people, this year may feel like a crossroads. Continue as before and feel increasing pressure, or adjust direction slightly and feel unexpected ease. The fire horse does not ask for dramatic change. It asks for correct movement. One step in the right direction is more powerful than 10 steps taken in confusion. As we move forward, remember this foundation. From 2026 is not simply a year of wealth. It is a year of acceleration. What has been planted in the past will grow faster, whether good or bad. Some zodiac signs naturally harmonize with this energy and will find money coming more easily. Others must slow down, protect what they have, and avoid being burned by impatience. Understanding this energy is the key. Only then can we clearly see who will truly benefit when the fire horse begins to run. Some people are naturally born to move with fire. They do not fear change, even if they grow tired from it. They may complain about instability, yet deep inside, they know they are not meant to live a quiet, unmoving life. When the year of the fire horse arrives, these people often feel as if the world finally begins to move at their pace. For them, 2026 is not a year of waiting. It is a year of alignment. Those born under the sign of the horse themselves will feel this energy most directly. Many horses have spent years running without feeling rewarded, always busy, always responsible, yet somehow financially unfulfilled. They are natural workers, natural leaders, but often burn their energy too early. In 2026, something shifts. The fire horse energy mirrors their own spirit, creating resonance instead of resistance. Opportunities begin to recognize them. Money flows, not because they chase it harder, but because their actions finally match the timing of heaven. For horse-born individuals, wealth in 2026 often comes through movement, business expansion, trade, relocation, or a bold decision long delayed. However, their lesson is restraint. Those who pause before acting will gain more than those who rush blindly. The tiger is another sign that stands strongly in the fire of 2026. Tigers are courageous but often misunderstood. Many tigers carry a quiet frustration, feeling capable of more than life has allowed them to show. They work with intensity but dislike being controlled, which sometimes limits their financial growth. In the year of the fire horse, tigers regain their authority. Fire feeds their courage, and the horse supports their forward drive. This combination often brings sudden leadership roles, financial recognition, or profitable independence. For tigers, wealth may come through positions of influence, personal brands, or decisive career changes. Yet the tiger must remember humility. Fire magnifies ego as easily as success. Those who stay grounded will keep what they gain. Then there is the dog, a sign often overlooked when speaking of wealth. Dogs are loyal, responsible, and often carry burdens that are not their own. Many dogs spend years supporting others, sacrificing personal gain for family stability. In firehorse years, the universe quietly repays this loyalty. The dog's sincerity resonates deeply with fire's demand for truth. In 2026, dogs may experience steady yet meaningful financial improvement, often through trusted partnerships, long-term investments, or recognition for past dedication. This is not explosive wealth, but it is secure and dignified. Dogs must learn to accept abundance without guilt. Receiving is not selfish, it is balance. What unites these three signs is not luck, but readiness. Each has endured pressure in different ways. Each has been shaped by responsibility, struggle, or delayed reward. The firehorse does not randomly choose them. It responds to the momentum already within them. When opportunity appears in 2026, it may look simple, even ordinary. But those who trust their inner timing will recognize its value. There is an important spiritual lesson here. Wealth in firehorse years often arrives disguised as effort. It may require longer hours, bolder decisions, or stepping into unfamiliar roles. Some may initially feel fear rather than excitement, but fire does not comfort before it transforms. It pushes first, then rewards. Those who understand this do not resist discomfort. They move through it with awareness. For these signs, money in 2026 is not merely currency, it is confirmation. Confirmation that their past endurance was not wasted, that heaven does see quiet effort, and that the right moment does arrive, even if it comes later than expected. Still, the firehorse demands honesty. If they attempt shortcuts or betray their own values, the same fire that lifts them can just as easily burn what they hold. As we continue, remember this: great wealth does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it comes as a door finally opening after years of knocking. The firehorse does not open every door, but for those aligned with its rhythm, it opens the right one. Not all wealth in the year of the firehorse arrives with noise or sudden celebration. Some fortunes grow quietly, like roots spreading deep beneath the soil, unseen but strong. For certain zodiac signs, 2026 is not about fast money or dramatic change. It is about stability, accumulation, and protection. These are the signs that may not feel excitement at first, but will look back years later and realize this was the year their financial foundation truly settled. The ox is one such sign. Ox-born individuals are no strangers to hardship. They work steadily, often without praise, believing that persistence is the only reliable path. Many oxen reach middle age carrying both savings and exhaustion, wondering if their sacrifices were worth it. In the firehorse year, the ox does not run. Instead, it anchors. Fire energy may feel overwhelming at times, but the ox's earth nature absorbs and stabilizes it. In 2026, Oxen are likely to experience slow but dependable financial growth through property, long-term employment security, or family-supported investments. This is a year to protect assets, formalize ownership, and strengthen what already exists. Wealth for the ox comes not from risk, but from patience, finally rewarded. The snake experiences the fire horse year in a deeply internal way. Snakes are intuitive, observant, and strategic, often thinking 10 steps ahead while saying very little. Many snakes have the ability to attract money, yet delay action until they feel absolutely certain. In 2026, fire awakens the snake's inner clarity. Ideas that have been forming quietly begin to mature. Financial opportunities may appear subtle, sometimes disguised as routine tasks or quiet offers. Snakes who trust their intuition can make precise decisions that lead to stable income growth. This is not a year for emotional spending or public risk. It is a year for intelligent positioning. When snakes move carefully, fire sharpens their insight instead of burning them. The rooster stands at the intersection of fire and metal. Roosters are disciplined, detail-oriented, and deeply concerned with order and reputation. Many roosters worry excessively about financial security, even when they are doing reasonably well. In the year of the fire horse, roosters are challenged to balance control with trust. Fire can melt metal, but it can also refine it. In 2026, roosters may experience financial improvement through organization, system building, or professional recognition. Promotions, stable contracts, or improved income structures are common themes. This is a year to clean up debts, reorganize finances, and strengthen professional credibility. Roosters who insist on perfection may feel pressure, but those who allow flexibility will find steady rewards. What these signs share is a different relationship with wealth. They do not chase excitement. They seek security, continuity, and peace of mind. The fire horse does not deny them wealth. It simply delivers it in a quieter form. This is especially important for those who are tired of emotional highs and lows. Not all riches need to arrive dramatically. Sometimes, the greatest blessing is sleeping without financial worry. There is also a spiritual lesson hidden here. In fire horse years, society often celebrates those who rise quickly, but the universe respects those who endure. Oxen, snakes, and roosters often build wealth that lasts because it is grounded in discipline and foresight. Their success may not attract attention, but it creates long-term comfort for themselves and their families. For these signs, 2026 is a year to avoid comparison. Looking at others' sudden gains may create unnecessary anxiety, but quiet growth is still growth. Preserving health, protecting savings, and maintaining emotional balance will bring greater wealth than risky expansion. Fire burns brightest when contained properly. Without structure, it destroys. With wisdom, it becomes a source of warmth and stability. As the fire horse continues to run, remember that not all who move fast arrive safely. Some arrive calmly because they never rushed at all. This kind of wealth may not impress others, but it will sustain you when the fire fades. There are also signs for whom the year of the fire horse serves less as a gift and more as a test. This does not mean punishment, nor does it mean misfortune. In Eastern wisdom, difficult years often protect us from greater losses later. Fire reveals weaknesses not to shame, but to correct. For some zodiac signs, 2026 is a year to slow down, to observe, and to guard what has already been earned. The rat is intelligent, adaptable, and quick-thinking, but fire horse energy moves too fast for the rat's strategic nature. Rats often succeed by calculating carefully, weighing risk against reward. In 2026, however, the pace of events may feel overwhelming. Opportunities appear suddenly, but not all are trustworthy. Rats may feel pressured to act quickly, fearing they will miss out. This is where danger lies. Emotional decisions, rushed investments, or trusting the wrong people can lead to financial strain. The lesson for the rat is restraint. Wealth preserved is wealth earned. Sometimes the smartest move is to step back and let the fire pass. The rabbit, gentle and peace-loving, is particularly sensitive to the intensity of firehorse energy. Rabbits value harmony, stability, and emotional security. In a year driven by speed and ambition, they may feel uncomfortable or anxious. Financially, rabbits risk overspending to relieve stress or agreeing to commitments they are not prepared to manage. In 2026, rabbits should avoid large financial risks and focus instead on balance. This is a year to protect health, maintain routines, and seek emotional clarity. Losses avoided will matter more than profits gained. Fire does not suit fragile structures, and the rabbit must strengthen inner stability before reaching outward. The pig, generous and warm-hearted, faces a different challenge. Pigs often attract money through kindness and social connections, but they also struggle with boundaries. In firehorse years, generosity can be exploited. Friends may ask for help. Opportunities may appear attractive, but lack solid foundations. Pigs risk giving too much, lending without return, or spending emotionally. For them, 2026 teaches discernment. Compassion must be balanced with wisdom. Saying no is not selfish, it is protection. When pigs guard their resources carefully, the year passes safely and prepares them for future abundance. For these signs, financial caution in 2026 is not failure. It is strategy guided by destiny. Firehorse energy pushes movement, but not everyone benefits from running. Some benefit from standing still and watching carefully. Loss in such years is often a warning, not a sentence. Those who listen early avoid deeper regret later. Spiritually, this year invites these signs to focus on inner wealth, health, peace, family, harmony, and emotional clarity matter more than numbers on a ledger. Money gained at the cost of peace rarely lasts. Fire exposes impatience, fear, and attachment. Those who learn from this exposure emerge stronger. There is also reassurance here. A quiet year financially does not mean an empty year spiritually. In fact, many people look back on challenging firehorse years as moments when they learned the most. They discovered limits, refined values, and corrected direction. This wisdom becomes the foundation for future success. If you belong to one of these signs, do not feel discouraged. Heaven does not close doors forever. It closes them temporarily to prevent you from walking into harm. Protect what you have. Move slowly. Trust that stillness can be as powerful as action. When the fire calms, those who endured without panic will be ready for the next opportunity. When a powerful year like the firehorse arrives, many people ask the same question. If destiny is moving so fast, what should I do to receive its blessings, instead of being overwhelmed by it? The answer is simpler than most expect, yet difficult to practice. Wealth in 2026 does not respond to desperation. It responds to alignment. Alignment between action and timing, between desire and discipline, between the outer world and the inner heart. There are three invisible keys that activate wealth in a firehorse year. The first is timing. Firehorse energy does not reward those who rush blindly, nor those who remain frozen by fear. It rewards those who move when the inner signal is clear. This signal often feels calm, not excited. When an opportunity truly aligns with your path, the heart does not race. It becomes steady. Many people mistake anxiety for opportunity. In 2026, learning to distinguish between the two will protect both money and peace. The second key is clean karma. This does not mean perfection. It means honesty. Fire exposes hidden intentions. Money gained through deception, manipulation, or emotional pressure tends to disappear quickly in fire years. Those who correct past mistakes, repay debts when possible, and act with integrity create space for sustainable wealth. Even small acts matter. Speaking truthfully, honoring promises, and letting go of resentment all reduce inner resistance. When the heart is lighter, money flows more smoothly. The third key is a calm heart. Firehorse years amplify emotions. Fear becomes panic. Desire becomes obsession. Hope becomes impatience. A calm heart acts like a container. Without it, even good fortune spills away. In 2026, those who practice emotional restraint often do better financially than those who chase aggressively. Calm does not mean passivity. It means choosing wisely rather than reacting quickly. There are also simple daily practices that support wealth energy during this year. Words carry vibration. Complaining constantly about money, luck, or hardship reinforces scarcity. Speaking with gratitude, even quietly, shifts inner focus. Thoughts also matter. Comparing yourself to others weakens your alignment. Everyone moves at a different pace. In Firehorse years, comparison burns energy without producing results. From a Feng Shui perspective, simplicity becomes powerful. Keep living spaces bright and clean. Remove broken objects. Avoid clutter, especially near entrances. These actions are not symbolic only. They train the mind to respect flow. Respecting space teaches respect for resources. For elders especially, maintaining order in the home stabilizes the mind and supports financial clarity. Honoring ancestors also plays an important role. Fire years reconnect us to lineage. Gratitude toward those who came before strengthens roots. Many people experience unexpected support in 2026 after reconnecting with family values or traditions. This support may not come as direct money, but as guidance, protection, or opportunity through trusted connections. Another important reminder is health. Firehorse energy is demanding. Those who neglect rest may gain money, but lose vitality. Wealth without health quickly turns into burden. Eating regularly, sleeping adequately, and listening to the body are not luxuries. They are wealth-preserving practices. Ultimately, activating wealth in 2026 is not about forcing results. It is about creating conditions where results can arrive naturally. Heaven helps those who help themselves, but it also helps those who know when to stop pushing. When action comes from clarity rather than fear, fire becomes a guide instead of a threat. As this year unfolds, remember that destiny is not an enemy to conquer. It is a current to understand. When you move with it instead of against it, wealth becomes less of a struggle and more of a response to who you have become. As the story of the Firehorse year comes to a close, it is worth pausing for a moment, not to calculate profits or losses, but to reflect on a deeper question. After all these years of effort, what does being rich truly mean to you? Many people reach the later stages of life only to realize that money alone never carried the weight they expected. It solved problems, yes, but it also created new ones. The Firehorse reminds us of this truth by burning away illusions and leaving only what truly matters. There is an old story often shared by elders. Two men walked the same road chasing wealth. One ran quickly, eyes fixed on gold ahead, never resting, never looking around. The other walked steadily, stopping when tired, helping those he met along the way. Years later, the first man became rich, but lived in constant fear of losing everything. The second never became famous, but he slept peacefully each night, supported by family, health, and quiet dignity. When the Firehorse passes, which man is truly wealthy becomes clear. The year 2026 carries this lesson strongly. Some people will gain money suddenly. Others will protect what they have. Some will lose and learn. None of these outcomes are mistakes. They are adjustments. Firehorse years do not exist to judge, but to reveal. They show us where we are unbalanced, where we are ready, and where we still need patience. For those who gain wealth, the challenge will be humility. Money gained quickly must be held gently. Pride invites loss. For those who struggle, the challenge will be trust. Loss does not mean failure. Sometimes it means redirection. Many people look back years later and realize that what felt like bad luck saved them from a greater mistake. As life moves forward, health becomes more valuable than speed. Peace becomes more precious than comparison. Enough becomes better than excess. The fire horse does not ask you to compete with others. It asks you to align with yourself. When you stop measuring your life by someone else's success, you free energy for your own path to unfold. If you are listening to this message, perhaps it reached you at the right time. Perhaps it arrived not to promise riches, but to remind you that destiny is still moving, even if quietly. Wealth comes in many forms. A stable home, children who are safe, a body that still responds, a mind that can rest at night. These are blessings no fire can burn away. As 2026 approaches, carry this understanding with you. Take what the year offers without greed. Release what it takes without resentment. Walk steadily, speak honestly, and rest when needed. The fire horse respects those who know when to move and when to stand still. May the coming year bring you clarity instead of confusion, enough instead of excess, and peace alongside whatever wealth is meant for you. And may you remember that the greatest fortune is not how much you gain, but how calmly you live with what you have.